going on, guys? You're with Hardy Tech, and welcome to Storytime. It's been a long time since we've done one of these, but typically during my Nuzlocks, if I have a lot of grinding I have to do, which we're going to be doing today because I had almost 2 hours worth of grinding, we sit around for, 5 to 10 minutes, tell a few stories, talk about some stuff, and we show the grinding in the background. And this is not just a filler video because, well, at least one death happens during this grinding. So see if you can notice it, or hopefully the footage isn't going by too quickly. We do lose 2 Pokemon during this grinding. If you guys don't notice it, then it will be talked about in the next episode of Renegade Platinum. But yeah, this is not just a filler episode. There are some deaths that happen. Anyways, let's kick it off with a very quick story about a turkey. This is a story from a video game called Yakuza. This one time, I joined a competition at my local bowling alley. If you get a turkey in the game, you get a turkey dish. For those of you who don't know, a turkey in bowling is if you get 3 strikes in a row. Now, I've never had turkey, so I was extra determined. Unfortunately, there was a mishap, and instead of getting a turkey, I got a chicken. A live chicken. It turns out the employee I'm friends with grew up on a poultry farm and did offer to make me a meal. Out of the chicken. He's gonna make me a meal out of the chicken. I couldn't let that happen, so now he's my pet called Nugget. Chicken Nugget is now the CEO of a real estate company and is a ruthless among the real estate community. So this guy accidentally won a chicken instead of a turkey dinner in a bowling competition. He kept the chicken and it's now CEO of a real estate company. I gotta try playing this Yakuza game. It sounds pretty darn crazy. Our next story takes us to Overwatch. Okay, so one faithful day, I was playing Overwatch competitive with my former girlfriend. The storyteller is also a girl. We got Hanamura and we think that we're going to play Pharah Mercy together. The first round was pretty uneventful. We were on attack and we captured the first point, but barely missed capturing the second point. I admittedly was doing pretty bad on DPS, but I figured I could do better on defense, so I kept with the Pharah. We kinda got steamrolled the first point and barely defended their push on the second point. That's when it started getting interesting. This southern dude suddenly speaks up and starts flaming me to switch, and that I wasn't doing anything. I don't remember the exact response, but my girlfriend spoke up and told him to basically shut the f*** up and play the game instead. That said something along the lines of, "You mustn't get much," and she responded beautifully, "Well, I'm a lesbian, so I don't want any." This guy laughed and went, "You're the only a lesbian because you can't get any." And she said something like, "I could probably get way more than you do." And he got super offended and was like, "I have a kid, you idiot." So my girlfriend said, "So as a father, is it best to use your time screaming at some kid on the internet?" And he shut the f*** up after that. You could tell he felt super sorry for himself. He just started making call-outs like nothing had ever been said for the rest of the game. I added nothing to this whole point because I was dying laughing the whole time. And the best part? We won the game. No idea how. And our final story continues our short little theme of weird homophobic men and turkeys. Homophobic turkeys. I think I know the name of this episode. So, throughout senior year, I kinda ended up forced into the same friend group as a homophobe. Basically, we're both friends with the same person, and that said person is like the only person I can stand in real life. He said a bunch of your typical homophobe stuff that I won't get into here. But an important thing to note is that I'm like 99% sure that he had a crush on me. You know, the homophobe with a crush on a lesbian. He knows I'm a lesbian, but that never seemed to stop him. Anyways, one day during study hall, I was just minding my own business on Twitter or something when he walks in with another girl and sits in the row in front of me. I didn't think anything of it, so I just kept minding my own business. In his mind, he was probably doing it on purpose to get me jealous or to quit being gay and fall madly in love with him. Disgusting, I know. Back on topic, that's when I overhear him start asking this girl a bunch of questions. Those questions include stuff like, do you know if any other girls here like me? Am I cool? Would you consider me cool? This poor girl looked so uncomfortable and was obviously trying to get out of it. Her replies were mostly in the form of, and they think you're unique? I guess he took that as a strange compliment. It's a known fact throughout the school that he isn't the best person, and multiple people I know hate him. At this point, I was heavily eavesdropping while pretending to be listening to music. After a few minutes of extreme awkwardness, the girl stands up and is like, I gotta go. So then Mr. Homophobe is like, can I get a hug at least? In which the girl said no. So then he gets up and starts chasing the girl around. Our study hall was in the cafeteria, so there was a lot of room to run around. Luckily for the girl, she managed to get away before anything could happen, but she was forced to leave through the back stairway, which smelled heavily of weed. Once she was gone, I gave the homophobic guy a look like, what the actual f*** is wrong with you? I never saw that girl again. I just hope she was okay after that encounter. So not the funniest story. The first story definitely lead more on the heavy side for humor, but I just want to say this. I wasn't making videos last month during June, which was Pride Month, and I wish that these kind of behaviors that we've heard in these stories were less common, and unfortunately they actually are. The fact that there are homophobic or racist people out there, I'm not sure what the proper terminology is for people who are against disabilities, people with disabilities, disabilityism maybe, I'm not sure. The fact that those people exist in 2019 is so sad. I just want to say, if you are a member of Team Caterpie, of my community, you are 100% completely accepted. I don't care what you deal with, if you are, what your sexuality is, what your race is, what your if you have any, physical or mental disabilities, whatever your situation may be is, you are completely welcome here, and I want you to feel completely comfortable here. You will be safe. You will be loved. I will not tolerate any behavior like this in my community, and if I see any of it, they will be banned. I do not welcome that here. I have friends who are gay, I have friends who are transgender, I have friends with autism, and I don't think of them any differently. Some of them are my best friends. You are welcome here. You are loved here, and I hope you can feel safe here. Have a good day, everybody.